Yo, what is up, everybody, man? How's everybody doing today? Now, yeah, I don't know what's going on, man, with this Discord, bro. That's how long I've been out the loop. You feel me? But we about to do this shit anyway, bro. I definitely want to appreciate everybody that's here. And it's been a while, bro. I'm from the Google Hangout era. Back in my day, we had Google Hangout. You know what I'm saying? And shit is just crazy, bro. But anyway, I am Upchuck Gaming. You know what I'm saying? TOA boys. And yeah, we about to get this started, bro. The Last of Us 2. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I do want to say that you know we I been wanting to come back for a while. Just kind of want to kind of like figure things out or whatever, and I am back, but not the way I used to be. If that makes any sense, I'm kind of going back to how I first started. I kind of want to talk about everything, dude. I think with the fighting game thing, it was fun, and I'm still gonna talk about fighting games because that's what I play, the most out of everything. So that's what I'm going to do. But I do want to talk about other things, man. It's just so much to talk about. It's the gaming industry has been kind of crazy. We are coming to an end of a gen. So yeah, I will have new podcast called The Block. Once I figure out this Discord thing, then we definitely gonna me and my boy Dre, we are gonna be rolling back again. You know what I'm saying, and we're gonna have some fun with it. But that's something that I definitely wanted to do. Like, yeah, Discord is just weird, fam. I just don't understand this shit, and definitely gonna have to tinker with it now. But yeah, so hope you guys are ready, man. I did beat The Last of Us 2, bro, and this game, this game has the game stressed me out, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, if you really think about, you know, The Last of Us, think about, what up, T Man? What up? Wish me out. What's good, bro? If you really think about The Last of Us 2 is definitely something that I have mixed feelings about. The game is not perfect. I can't really sit here and say the game is perfect because it's not. It's really not. It's not perfect at all. Actually, it's they had a big budget for this game. Obviously, the way it looks, the way it moves. You know what I'm saying? You could kind of tell that since there was going to be no multiplayer, they kind of had to use these extra resources in this game, and they kind of overthought this game more than what they should have, trying to do too much, trying to be different. Now, that's not saying that the game is bad, right? Because it's not. The game is not. I can't call the game trash. I can't call the I can't call it trash. I can't call it like shitty, but it's not a 10 out of 10, bro. It, to say this game is a 10 out of 10 is like ridiculous, man. Let's just keep it a buck. The game is not a 10 out of 10. It's just not. What they did in this game, they literally upgraded the gameplay to a place where it was phenomenal. Like, the gameplay in this game is insane. And it really sucks that they couldn't pull it all together. This game could have easily been a 10 out of 10. Easily been a 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had everything right. They as far as gameplay, and even the story is not bad. You feel me? Like, the story is not bad. The way they told the story is bad. But I'm gonna focus on the good stuff first. I'm gonna get to the story. when you're immersed in this world, like when they get it right, it's some of the best gaming I've played in a long time. The desperation, looking for items, looking for bullets, having to go for headshots, bro. The dogs. It's like you are really stuck in this world, bro. What up, Titanfall? What up, everybody? And in this game, every time I seen spores, you know what I'm saying, I'm just like, bro, I'm not ready for this, man. I'm not ready for what I'm about to see, because we already know once you put on the mask, and later on, Ellie, she doesn't wear a mask or whatever. If you haven't beat the game, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about everything. But if you haven't, once you put on the mask, bro, and it's dark as hell, man, it's like, dude, and you start hearing shit, I'm like, man, you got to play this game with a headset, too. The headset literally changed the way you play this game. It's actually phenomenal. The sound design is really dope in this game. But I love that. I love the fact that when they get it right, with the immersion, is amazing. It's literally amazing. And just the different enemy types, as far as like the infected, they introduced a couple of new infected, and even like the scars, or the ferricides. I forgot the name of them, but it's just the enemy gameplay was way better than the first game. I beat the first game, I think the second day of The Last of Us after it launched. And I had issues with that game because I felt like the story and everything kept me playing that game longer than the gameplay. The gameplay was actually mediocre in the first game. Got to keep it a buck. But the story and like the environment and everything, it kept me going. With this game, like the gameplay, the stuff you could do with Ellie and Abby, dude, they really up the ante. Just how it's a lot of shit that I figure out you could do after I beat the game. I'm like, man, I might want to play it again, but not right now though, because like I said in the beginning, this game drained me, dude. Like emotionally, I was just like, bro, I actually deleted the game. I deleted the motherfucker, bro. I don't want to even look at The Last of Us 2 anymore, because that's how done I was with the game. You feel me? And it was just it was a good ride, man. It was a good ride. It had its ups and downs, of course, but as far as gameplay, they knocked it out the park, man. The way you hit somebody with a 2x4 or a bat or an axe or anything like that was so satisfying. Just the dodge mechanic, bro. Like I dodged one guy and just hit him with a bat clean. One hitter quitter, bro. How it should be. You feel me? And it's just, or blasting somebody's brains on the wall. I love that. Like the gruesomeness of this game. If it was any less violent than the way it is, I'll be disappointed. Because they really like, got that on point, man. I was just blown away, just trying to kill people in different ways, man. Shooting people in the knee, run up and grabbing them, then, headshot another guy, and then stabbing that guy in the neck, or Abby. I think Abby was choking people out with her buff ass, you feel me? But it's just shit like that I really enjoyed, about the gameplay, and just the world in general, man. If you really look at it, we start off in Jackson or whatever, end up going to Seattle. The world is very open, and that's another thing too. Like it was open enough to where it wasn't too linear, but it wasn't too open. So when you're in fights, man, there's multiple ways to attack the enemy. Stealth is really amazing in this game, dude. You really, you have like fucking landmines and stun grenades and all this stuff, and you're crafting this stuff while you're fighting, and just the options you have to fight in this game is sick, and it opened up the gameplay. It wasn't just shoot. You could like, of course they still had like the bottles and the bricks or whatever, but at the same time you had other things at your disposal. Even the silencers, I think, was good. Crafting, it was good too. Like even like the changing the weapon menu was better. Like they really they fixed a lot of issues I had with the first game, dude. And my favorite weapon though. What's your guy's favorite weapon? Because my favorite weapon was the exploding arrow. I think that was literally the best weapon in the game. Because when you blow a motherfucker up in this game, bro, like, and you just hear like the chunks falling, it was so satisfying, man. It was so satisfying, dude. And I really, really love the fact that they gave us that. It was brutal, man. It was brutal. Killing, stabbing the dogs. Them dogs was a pain, bro. Them dogs, man. That it was a good addition, but they was annoying at the same time. Like, you really have to take those out right away. And I love like throwing stun grenades and stabbing the dog up, or even, just shooting them with an arrow in the head, and But the main thing I like is how when somebody's dying, right? How they calling for their their partners or whatever. Just the agony and the pain you hear in their voice when they're dying is something. It's just fucking amazing. I literally love that because it really brought you in with the gameplay. You know what I'm saying? And it was just it's crazy, dude. I had a lot of fun when it came to The Last of Us in that aspect because it felt real. It felt real, man. It definitely felt real. Dude. I really like how the enemy reacts. They flank better in this game, and they fuck you up, man. They'll fuck you up. I'm just talking about the humans. I'm about to get to infected in a minute because that's like a whole different ball game. But as far as like the humans, like the wolves and the scars or whatever, the scars and that whistling, bro, that shit annoyed the hell out of me. I didn't really like that, but the fact that they put them in this game and they fight differently than the wolves did, it was definitely a change. So you're literally fighting three different, I guess you could call them factions. The wolves, the scars, and the infected as Ellie. And I like that aspect of Ellie. I mean, as far as like, there's different strategies, for each. For the most part, the scars and the wolves are kind of similar, but the fact that the scars they just bombard you, bro. Like, they get the whistling, they could see you in the grass. You literally have to go prone against them because they could see you. You know what I'm saying? So it was a fun experience. Now let's get to the infected though, bro. The infected is, I don't know, man. Like, the infected is crazy. They definitely did something to where they upgraded the usual ones. You know what I'm saying? Like the bloaters, the clickers, and the runners. The runners are very annoying in this game also, if you really look at it, because they jump you, bro. Like, it was one instance where you're Abby, and you're fighting, and you're running with Manny, and you're trying to get to Tommy, and Tommy's like shooting the cars, bro, and they just come at you, bro, and they do a lot of damage in groups, but they don't do a lot of damage by themselves, which is how it's supposed to be. And they was really getting on my nerve, bro. Like, I didn't really but thank God for Molotov cocktails. Thank God for fucking, this shit. Like, you really have to kind of get rid of them pretty fast. But you don't want them to be in groups. But the clickers are they was a little bit easier now because Ellie could just stealth kill them now. You know what I'm saying? She definitely upgraded that. You don't need a shiv to do that anymore. You kind of do with Abby, which kind of didn't make any sense, but the clickers wasn't really that big of a problem. The bloaters, didn't really see too much of those either, man. They wasn't really in this game as much as the first game. But the shamblers, so the shamblers is a new infected, and if you played the game, you'll know. The shamblers is they're kind of like, they're like a level above the bloaters, I guess, because they throw off like this toxic gas that burns your skin. and they could literally just hold on, sorry. And they could literally just fuck you up. So they are literally run to you. And even when you kill them, it's kind of like when they kill you, they still throw off the gas. I mean, when you kill them, they still throw off the gas. So you can't really be near them like that. And it's something that I didn't know at first, because you first meet. I think where was you at? It was like the train station or something. He was definitely playing as Ellie. I think he was playing and Dina was with you. I think he was coming back from somewhere. I don't remember. It was underground though, and I didn't know that. So you kill them, you think it's over. You run up, you trying to see if they drop anything or whatever, and they still throw off the gas. So I died like that the first time because I didn't know. But yeah, it's a great new addition, man. But the ones that take the cake though is the stalkers. The stalkers are actually. I don't know if these. I don't remember them from the first game. I don't know if I didn't play not Lost Legacy, but Left Behind. I didn't play that, so I don't know if they was in that game. But yo, they are literally the smartest ones that I seen, because they could, first of all, they could see you. No other infected could see you, as far as I know. So they could, not only can they see you, they hide. And in packs, they destroy you. You know what I'm saying? They literally destroy you. And and I didn't really understand that, because I'm like, okay, I know infected can't see the light, because they actually tell you that at the beginning of the game. They can't see light. So when you first see them and you see them running around and shit, I'm just like, okay. And then you see them hiding behind the motherfucking shells or whatever. I'm like, what's going on, bro? What's going on? It was weird at the fact that they was yeah, man. My bad, I forgot to change it on here, bro. But anyway, yeah, we talk about The Last of Us, man. No sense for real. Hey, I'm new to this, bro. I'm from the Hangout era, bro. I told you back in my day. But anyway, the stalkers. I love the stalkers because it's they presenting a new challenge, man. And especially when you meet Lev and Yari, bro, in the woods, man, they was fucking me up because you don't have no gun. You know what I'm saying? You're literally just trying to dodge, and they have melee weapons around, but you're just trying to dodge and fuck them up. But you get hit in the back with a stalker, bro, and you just get bodied, fam. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I really, that's like my favorite infected. Yeah, I really love the stalkers because they try to be like discreet, but they making noise and shit. It's funny as fuck to see them like peeking around the corner like they're human. I was tripping out on that. And but yeah, so I love that. And of course, the top guy, the Rat King, we'll get to him in a little bit. He was just a bitch, bro. Like, I hated that motherfucker with a passion. What up, Barry, man? What up, everybody? Yeah, I know, man. Sorry, my boy Dre, he couldn't get in here, man. We gonna definitely get this shit together, bro. This Discord shit is trash. But yeah, overall, man, I think the enemy types in The Last of Us, I think they did a good job of, not only making them look more detailed or whatever, but just giving us different types of infected. I was kind of worried at first. I'm like, man, met the Shambler. I didn't really know how many infected they was gonna put in this game, but I think 2 is good enough. I don't really think you don't want to overdo it too much, because this game seemed to follow kind of like the Walking Dead. You remember how the Walking Dead was all about the infected in the first game? I mean, not in the first game, but like at the beginning, they was all about the walkers, and then slowly but surely start to get away from that. They was kind of more of like a backdrop, and then the show became more about the people. That's actually dealing with the shit. So that's kind of what this game is. In the Last of Us 2, you're dealing with more than just the infected. They become like not like an afterthought, but kind of like they in the background now. Like, they're there, but you're dealing with more shit, than just dealing with the infected. So I kind of like that too, man. Because I got tired of them dark halls, man. I got tired of not seeing nothing. I'm tired of tapping my controller, trying to make the flashlight come on, bro. Like, they definitely they had me triggered a couple times, bro. I didn't really like. It's not that I didn't like it. I'm not really a horror game guy. I don't like getting jump scared, bro. And they had a lot of those in here, man. They had a lot of those in there. So I definitely like. I was definitely feeling this game from that aspect. So, but we got to get to the big draw, and I feel like the story, or I say the pacing. Let me get to the pacing first because it's a huge issue for me in this game. The pacing in this game is absolutely terrible. I mean, you you have to kind of be honest with yourself about this game. Not saying you can't like it, but the pacing is god awful, dude. You know, and it didn't really pick up for me until Seattle Day 2 with Ellie. Because at first I'm like, yo, the fetch quest, I hate them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what up, Meek? I fetch quests, I hate them, dude. I hate, oh, let me go get this. And then, of course, it's not going to be in the first place you look. You know what I'm saying? So you're just going from here to there, trying to figure out what the hell is going on and shit. And I'm just like, man, this shit is trash, bro. I'm not really, I was bored. And I kept cutting the game off multiple times. Because I'm like, man, this is just boring, man. I did like the banter between, you know, Dina and Ellie, and I'll get to the characters in a little bit, but as far as like the pacing to begin this game, it's brutally slow. It start off okay, boom, you know, Joel dies, and then it just nosedives, bro, until you get to Seattle Day 2, at least for me. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like a lot of story stuff or whatever, but I just feel like they could have did a lot of things better with the pacing, man. And the pacing does tie into the flashbacks also, which I kind of despise in this game. But overall, man, like I say from Seattle Day 2, and then I say Day 2 of Abby, that's when the game just kind of picked up, man. But it's too many drops in motherfucking in the pace, dude. Like it's just too slow sometimes, and it's just a lot of horse riding, a lot of walking. Hey, let's go way the hell over here to the fucking TV station, bro. Like it's just it's just crazy, you know. But that's just a personal opinion, you know. For me, I just didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that it was. It could have did a better job, you know, because I feel like the first game, even though the first game starts off, I mean, they hit you in the gut, boom, and then it's kind of slow in the beginning, but once it pick up, it never drops. This game drops a lot when it comes to pacing. I didn't like it. Dead ass. I just didn't like it. So it is what it is. But let's get into the main cover, which I feel like is the story. So the story to me, like I said in the beginning, it's not bad, but it's so out of order, bro. Like it just didn't make any sense, man. Like, you know, and I was thinking like, cause I beat this game on Sunday, and I've been thinking about this game since then. You know, I'm like, did they know they was gonna make a part 2? Cause it kind of it didn't feel like they knew they was gonna make a part 2. You know, it is a new IP, so you don't know how this thing is going to sell. You don't know how this thing is going to do. So it's kind of hard to implement things in the first game, you know, to kind of tease a second game if you know you're not going to get a second game. And I felt like that's what happened. Because you start off, I think you start off as Ellie, right? Then you go into Abby. And Abby being introduced the way she was, I didn't really know who the hell Abby was. I mean, I don't think nobody knew who the hell she was, you know. And you see her like fighting through the snow, whoop, this and that, and I'm like, all right, cool, you know. And her and Owen actually, and you know, you kind of going through like the same thing, and I felt like I was playing like it's like 3 campaigns in this game, bro. You got Ellie campaign, you got Abby campaign, and then you got the shit at the end, which literally made no sense. So, you know, the back and forth between Ellie and Abby, I was actually feeling. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. I guess he's gonna be like the the main two people of the story, which is fine. I don't mind playing different perspectives. So, you get to like the high point at the beginning of the game when Abby is literally getting chased by a horde of zombies, which I love that part. And she meets up with Joel and Tommy. And then, boom, boom, boom. They trying to get out and they find a way. And they go back to Abby hideout. And they say, I got some friends who this and that. And then this is where things just kind of go haywire. Because I know a lot of people don't like the way Joel died. I actually did. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know people was connected to him because he was the main protagonist in the first game, which is fine. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I did like Joel in the first game, because he was protecting Ellie, and you remember in the first game, Ellie didn't really, she was useless, bro, until like the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was actually annoying to me until the end of the game, and I'll say the last third of the game in the first game, which is smart though because she is a little kid, she's not used to these conditions, and by the end of the game, she's able to kill. It was like a maturation process, and then coming into this game, which is like 4 or 5 years later, I'm pretty sure she's skilled enough, on how to kill infected and humans. So, Joel dies. I wasn't even mad that Joel died. I was mad at fucking Manny, bro. Manny spitting on Joel, calling him a pendejo. I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? I was more mad at that than Joel dying. Joel did die a terrible death, man. He got Negan, bro. He got Negan, man. It was like Negan and what's the I forgot the name. Maggie. What's the old boy name? I can't remember his name. But anyway, I hated the character too. Asian guy from The Walking Dead. He just got fucking beat to death. Like it was brutal. But I enjoyed it though. I'm like, okay, this is where they're going. All right. So the whole revenge thing starts to pop out. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be that type of revenge, another cycle basically of what's gonna happen in this game. And the fact that you see Jordan, Nora, who else is there? Manny was there, Owen was there, and Mel. So all the characters you end up pretty much killing in the game are there, and they kind of setting the scene up. Okay, cool. So after that, you go, Ellie is still heartbroken over this shit, bro. It was a sad moment, man. Like that last little, before that last swing, and you kind of just see them kind of like look at each other. It's like, damn, dude, like Joe's really about to die. And then you see the brain fragments on the club. Shit was kind of lit, bro. I'm not going to even lie, bro. I was not expecting that because I didn't get spoiled. I almost watched that clip, bro, but I'm like, man, I'm gonna end up playing this game. I'm not gonna see that. So it is what it is. So you go to Seattle, this and that. And like I said, once you get past day one, once you kind of roll over that, you ride over that landmine, with the horse, and then go to Seattle day two, and your first encounter is with Jordan, the guy Ellie fucked up, and he got all butthurt, and that's the guy who gave Ellie the boot after Joel died or whatever. That's when things start to pick up, man. And I was like, all right, cool. And you get all the way, bro. You just one by one, man. Nora, boom, boom, hospital, boom, boom. And you get all the way to the fucking theater scene with Abby, right? So you done all this shit. You killed all these people. You killed most of all her friends. Old girl with the PSP. You killed Nora. You killed Mel. You killed Owen. Jordan. Like, all these people are dead now. And you meet up with Tommy after you kill Mel and Owen or whatever. They go back to the theater, and you Abby, like that. It's like, it's so intense, bro, because she's like, bro, you killed all my friends. Jesse just died, got shot in the face, and that's accuracy like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So all this shit happens, bro. Like, everything is like, your heart is beating and shit. Like, okay, damn, this is crazy. And then we go into a flashback, and this is where I had the problem with the game. This is like the main issue I had with The Last of Us, right? Abby came in and did something crazy, and then we have to turn around and play as Abby. Now I don't mind Abby's gameplay. You know what I'm saying? You see, everything she go to because her dad was the doctor that that Joe killed. So I get that, bro. But at the same time, it's kind of like, damn, can you like at least give us that beforehand? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was kind of like no build up to Abby, and they make you do the build up to Abby in the game, which I think is a huge mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you don't know if Tommy about to die. It's literally like a cliffhanger, bro. Like, you have to wait like 6-7 months for a like, on TV, it kind of like when Negan was about to kill everybody, bro. It's a perfect example. And then you had to, like, I think the last episode was like in February. Then you had to wait all the way to October to see what happens. And that's what that felt like, bro. Because I'm like, damn, why are you taking me away from Ellie? And I gotta start with a flashback. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why is it like that, bro? Why is it like that? And it bothered me because my adrenaline went from high to low. Like, it was just, wow, okay, and I gotta play through all this shit, and I didn't even know it was gonna be Seattle 1, 2, and 3 with Abby 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're trying to force characters. They was trying to make these characters that Ellie killed more important when they didn't need to. They didn't need to. Like, Ellie was like, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, that's how they want it. The whole build of the Ellie name is your hate for this character you don't know. No, I get that, but my thing is like, I didn't hate Abby though. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, Abby, like, they're not just gonna put some random motherfucker just to kill Joel. It didn't make any sense so I know it had to be something. My thing is, you can't build me up to the theater, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit that happened in between the theater. You know what I'm saying? Between Dina and Ellie, they was getting closer and shit like that. And Ellie was going through a lot of shit. And I was emotionally invested in Ellie. And they kind of just ripped that away. Like, oh, I got to play as Abby now? Why the fuck I got to play with Abby for 3 days, though? 3 days? 3 days. Yeah, it just didn't make it. What's to feel empathetic for why? What's to feel empathetic? I know, Dre. Abby was to feel empathetic for why she was that way. I mean, I get all that, bro. But my whole thing is with Abby is like, I don't think it was necessary. Like, I didn't feel any different about Abby playing through her story than I did when she killed Joel. Like, I didn't feel anything. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, she had Abby gameplay had like great set pieces and shit like that. But as far as like, I wasn't really attached to Abby like that. You know, I just wasn't. And I know she went through a lot. And, I think the main emphasis is that her dad got killed by Joel. And that's all we kind of needed to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the flashbacks, even the one with Ellie going to the hospital and figuring things out, and that scene with Joel, I think was really good. The museum, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit was it was necessary. I don't think the flashbacks with Abby was necessary, and I don't feel like her gameplay was necessary. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you get attached to Ellie, bro, and they just kind of just take that away. Like, you don't even see Ellie for a minute. It's too much gameplay, bro. Yeah, my point exactly. Like, there was no, like, it was nothing, teammate. Like, it was just, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I gotta do all this shit, man. And like, Abby life is fucked. I mean, is it more fucked up than Ellie's? Hell no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? And then they introduced Yara and Lev. Like, it's like a whole different storyline. Like, it was just, I was like, what's going on, bro? You know what I'm saying? It just didn't make any sense. And that was like my issue. I'm like, okay, I have to play through a whole nother campaign just to get to the part where I was before you play with Abby. I'm like, it don't make sense to me. I didn't need that backdrop with Abby at all. You know what I'm saying? They could have cut that into, like, they could either chop that in half or like a 2/3, bro. Like, it was too much Abby, in my opinion. And again, like, I like Abby, dude. Like, you know, I like Abby. I don't think she was a bad character. I think she was just forced, you know, and that goes back to my point. That goes back to my that's what I'm saying. T-Main, it was right, and that goes. I don't really think they had a plan for this game, bro. Like, you know, not like I said, when you making a new game, is you know, they have Uncharted or whatever. Last of Us is completely different from what they was making. So maybe they didn't really have long term, you know, thoughts on this game. It's like, let's just focus on the first game, you know, because it you could have easily, at the end of the first game, after Ellie, after Ellie was like, you know, I mean, not after Ellie, after Joel takes Ellie, you could have had her like walk in the hot. It could have been something teased, bro. Like, oh, Dad, what the hell is going on? And I know we got that flashback, but they couldn't even put that flashback in the beginning. Like, but they didn't do that. They just waited. Like, oh no, you're gonna play as Ellie, Abby, Ellie, Abby, then Ellie, 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 and then Abby, 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 Abby. I'm just like, it was just all jacked up, bro. And even like the dance scene with Dina and Ellie, and the whole talk between Joel and Ellie, you know, talking about, you know, she want to try to forgive him for what he done. Like, I just feel like it was all out of place. It just didn't make any sense, dude. Because there's no context of what, you know, Ellie and Dina, and I forgot the store owner, you know, he made her a sandwich or whatever, talking about, I'm sorry. We don't even get to see that till so late in the game. Like, what happened at that dance about the kiss and all that shit. But like, it's a lot of shit that, and I'm like, why are they mismatching when you have all the pieces, bro? Why are you trying to like force puzzle pieces that into shit that don't fit? It's stupid to me. It didn't make any sense, bro. But anyway, so getting back to Abby, I was like, all right, bet. You know, I'm like, all right, so I know once I seen Seattle Day 1, I already knew I was gonna have to play this shit for 3 days, whatever. You know, just because it's like the same timeline, there's different perspectives. Ellie has some great moments though. Of course, you know, the hospital scene with the Rat King was definitely her best. Another thing I have a problem with Naughty Dog is you know, I do feel like they're getting lazy in this department. Is like, I was saying this while I was playing too, and I know a lot of you guys are saying this too. It's not going to be that easy. Getting from point A to point B is not going to get that easy. It's going to be some type of drop, or the floor is going to cave in, or, you know, the ledge is going to break. I'm just like, all right, Naughty Dog, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could switch it up a little bit, fam. Like, because it becomes corny after a while. You know, you kind of like the sky rise, right? When you walking across the steel beam, I knew something was gonna happen. I mean, you travel all this way, bro, and I'm just like, it's not gonna be this easy, bro. It's not gonna be this easy. You know, we're either gonna fall, something's gonna happen, and exactly what happened. I'm like, all right, bro, you could like at least wait till we get in the building, man, and then fall. But no, I mean, it is what it is. That's just like a personal thing. They get into, it's just not as like exciting. I feel like Uncharted 2 did it the best, and then it became like the norm. Like, oh shit, here we go. I know something's gonna happen in Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4. The ledge is going. It's just it became like a cycle in this game, and I'm like, man, it's just kind of dumb. Even when Ellie was stuck in the arcade, right? You know what I'm saying? Simple thing. How can I move this beam so I can open the gate? And of course, you know, you go upstairs, the floor cave in with the damn the little tray or whatever, bro, and you have to fight Sham. I'm like, it was. I was just getting annoyed, bro. I'm like, damn, can I just get to the fucking aquarium, bro? Like, this shit is corny. But anyway, my bad. Dive off like that. That shit was just annoying. But my whole thing is like with Abby, it just didn't seem like it was necessary, man. Like I said, the Scar Island was fun. I did enjoy the Scar Island, but it seemed like we kept going back to the same places. The hospital, the motherfucking, you know, aquarium. I'm like, all right, damn, bro. Like, I get it. You know, what I prefer is like you play as Ellie, and just give Abby a cutscene. Like, she come in, bro. Like, oh shit, what the fuck? Got the map. I don't think I need to play as her for her to be in the game. She could have just been everywhere you've been. You know what I'm saying? And kind of like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, is this girl coming after us or what? It could have been something like that. I just prefer to play as Ellie the whole game because, in all honesty, I love Ellie. I think Ellie maturation in this series is like none I've seen in a long time, man. That little girl has been through a lot. She's been through a lot. So another pet peeve of mine is kind of where I didn't like the fact that once you got back to the theater with Abby, you don't get to play as Ellie. I'm just like, what? You know what I'm saying? So you end up chasing Ellie, and I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. Again, that was a huge moment. Abby broke in to the theater. Abby did that. And for you to take that moment that was like 10, 12 hours ago away from us, you know, I would have rather played that as fucking Ellie trying to get away from Abby. Because one thing I did enjoy about that, though, hey, Ellie can't go toe-to-toe with Abby, bro. And I was like, okay, there's no way. There's no way. Abby is way better. I'm way bigger. She's a better fighter. You know what I'm saying? And she's just more trained. You know what I'm saying? And the way she beat the shit out of Ellie, bro, it was amazing. I loved it. Because I'm like, okay, that's how it's supposed to be. But it was just weird that they took that moment away that you build up and gave it to, you know, and then you're Abby. I'm like, that's stupid. And then you hear fucking like, it sounds like Ellie's turning to the fucking Hulk, bro. Like, she just changed her whole fucking mindset. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was hype playing that part. My mind was blown. I gotta fuck Ellie up right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel you, Dre. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I would have been more. It would have been better if you was like trying to get the fuck away from Abby, bro. Because like you just slaughtered all her friends. So the fact that she's coming after you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, oh shit, I gotta get away from this buff motherfucker, bro, because I know I can't fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have a gun. You know, so it to me it would have been more. It would have been better if I was to do it with Abby than to do. I mean, with Ellie than to do it with Abby. But case in point, man, you know, Abby beats the fuck out of you, or beats the fuck out of Ellie. I'll say because you are Abby, and then, you know, she's about to kill Dina. And I was like, yo, that would have been sick. Why didn't you kill Dina, bro? It's just decisions that I don't like, you know, because if you kill Dina right there, then the last part of the game makes more sense. It makes more sense. It does. You know? But you let her live. She's pregnant. Ellie just killed Mel. She pregnant. I think it would have been way better if we was to able if she just off Dina right there. That should have been fire, bro. Then you have all motivation to go to Santa Barbara because the Santa Barbara part didn't make any sense. again, it didn't make any sense to me, dude. Ellie has everything, right? Got the house, got the baby, Dina. They living a good fucking life, fam. I'm like, and I know it's The Last of Us, and I was like thinking, I'm like, bro, it can't end like this. Like, it's just too, it's too happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, it can't end like that, bro. I just don't see this game ending like this. Because it'll go against everything this game is. Because this whole world is fucking chaos, bro. The whole world is chaos. There's nothing good about this world, and for them to be all happy and giddy, and I'm just gonna have PTSD. Joe get me. Oh, I understand that. You know what's funny? She's always gonna have that. That's never gonna go away. That's like if you see something dramatic. That's why a lot of people on the service, they go through that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how you living, bro. You're always gonna deal with that. Because you've seen traumatic things that the average person didn't see. She did a lot of killing, but the fact that she seen her best friend, or confidant, whatever you want to call him, just murdered right in front of her, bro, while she was pinned down and couldn't do nothing, that's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. No matter how much you try to suppress it or whatever, it's never going to go away. Only God was the end of Ellie losing her fingers. That was just too much. Yeah, we gonna get to that, T-Bag. You know what I'm saying? So, Tommy, he did get shot in the head, but, he survived, which is possible. I've seen it, man. My uncle got shot in the head, bro. And bullet's still in there, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is possible to survive. He comes back, oh, I think she's in Santa Barbara, whoop, this and that. I'm just like, yo, this game is long. That's my whole mindset. Like, this game is so damn long, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, how is this game this long? I'm thinking it's the end. She got the baby on the tractor. I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar when you get older. I'm like, okay, I guess this is it. And here comes Tommy, bro. Hey. Hey, man, I know where they at. Ooh, this and that. It's like, oh shit, here we go. And the whole barn scene with the sheep or whatever, yeah. I get it, man. She's been through so much trauma. And that's why I love Ellie, man. She's been through so much trauma. She can never live a normal life. Ever. The amount of killing she's done, not only to just like the regular NPCs, but this, she killed a pregnant woman, bro. she's never going to be right. Ever. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't really matter. And I think they was like, you know what? It is what it is. Let her go get her revenge. Okay, cool. Whatever. So, again, we go back to Abby. And, mind you, when you playing through the first time, you thinking, okay, that's the end of Ellie shit. They switch to Abby. It's like, oh, we finally found her. Woo, this and that. Then they get drunk and she gets fucked up. Again, the brutality in this game is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely love the brutality. She got fucked up, bro. She got fucked up, and they fucked up my man Lev. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I didn't really get it. I'm like, okay, damn. And then they go back, Ellie packing her bags and shit. I'm just like, oh shit. Here we go, man. Here we go. Gotta go to Santa Barbara. So you get through Santa Barbara and you just kind of, at this point, man, I'm like, man, I just want this game to end, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I really just want this shit to end. I'm like, I'm already like, I'm over it. So you go through everything, man. And yeah, the firefights was actually pretty cool in this part, man. I actually enjoyed it. A lot of enemies to kill, man, whatever. But you get to the point, you get to the beach. And, Abby just all sucked up, bruh. No more muscle. She looks regular, Not to offend nobody, but she looks regular now, She's not all, hulked up or whatever, But I'm like, damn, that fucked her up. I'm like, all right, cool. So Ellie cuts her down, she cut down Lad. We walk into the boat. I'm like, this is how this gonna end? And it's kind of like Joel played a part in this as like Joel played a part for the fight to begin, and of course he played a part for it to end. You know what I'm saying? So Ellie kind of snaps. She was like, "Look, bro, I'm gonna need that fade." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "All right, I'll fucks with it." And of course we had the typical, all melee. She did have the knife at first, man, and then they just start throwing hands. And while I'm doing this, I'm like, ooh, they about to really let you kill Abby. I'm like, fuck, let's go. So you beating the fuck out of Abby, bro. Like after a while, she really can't even take no more damage. Then Ellie kind of pins her down or whatever. After she already stabbed her in the chest with the blade, with her mama blade that she doesn't have anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's gone. And then Abby bites off her fucking fingers. It was just gruesome, bro. I was like, yo, I'm feeling this. But a crazy part is when Ellie put her leg on Abby's waist, I'm like, yo, she about to kill this motherfucker, bro. She's literally about to kill her, bro. And I'm just like, thank you, God. This shit's about to end. Like, I know it's about to end now. And then, of course, the flashback. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, when I first beat this game, bro, well, let me get to the end first. Okay, so she has the flashback. She lets her up. She lets her go. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. And she's just kind of sitting in the way. It kind of reminded me of the, Naruto Sasuke fight, bro. They just fucking throwing hands. It kind of had like that feeling, bro. It's kind of crazy. I thought about that. Just at the end, they just like, fuck it. Nobody got nothing left. But, so, she go back to the house, man. They kind of pan to the fingers, which was funny. And, of course, Dina, who, told her earlier, like, look, bro, if you go out here again, man, I'm not, there's no chance of me being here. I'm not about to wait for you thinking about your dad, this and that. And I'm like, I feel that. It's just like, damn, we have a good life. Even though the life is not good, it's as good as it's going to get. And so she ends up leaving. The house is empty. She goes into the fucking room. She plays the guitar. She can't really play the guitar no more. All her shit's in there. And I just kind of look at it like, and then she talking about, her and Joel are literally talking right after the party incident, talking about, she never could forgive him. Her life wanted to mean something, whoop, this and that. And I kind of get where she was coming from, but there's literally no guarantee that she was going to get any credit anyway. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say the vaccine was going to even work? It's a lot. So Joel, I'm on Joel's side on that part. I really do feel like Joel did the right thing. And I've always thought that, him lying to her though, after I beat the first, I'm like, man, that's going to come back to bite him. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of chop it up, whatever, and then she kind of walks out. Like, when I first beat this game, I was like, man, I didn't really understand the ending at first. And I had to kind of let this shit marinate because I was just like emotionally done with The Last of Us 2, bro. Like, once I seen them credits, man, I was like, man, I just went to delete, boop, boop. I just took that shit off my hard drive. But, when you kind of sit back and think about it, bro, she just didn't want the cycle to continue, bro. Like, it was literally, it's never going to end, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, then wanted to, like, break the cycle of the violence. Even though the violence is never going to go away. Revenge. Ellie made a lot of decisions that she thought was good, thinking it was going to bring her not only justice, but like, relief. And it never did. Everything she's done was literally for nothing. And when you start to think like that, I was like, yeah. Yeah, he fucked him up at the garage, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. Like, he fucked her up, but I fucked him up. But it was just the fact that Ellie did so much, man. Ellie did so much only to gain nothing. Joel is gone. Dina is somewhere out there with the baby. Maybe she with Tommy. I don't know. Tommy is gone. She really don't have any friends or whatever. Like, she literally is starting from scratch. Literally how the first game began. You know what I'm saying? Because, her mom is gone. Like, everybody was gone when she met Joel. Like, she had nothing. And it kind of came like full circle again, And I don't know if they're going to make a part 3 of this game. I will hope not. But the fact that Ellie did what she thought was right, it's kind of about like a moral compass. Like, we all have our rights and wrong. Like, our perception of right and wrong is different. And it don't even have to be like extreme things. It could be like small things, how you discipline your kids, how you eat, how, like, everybody has their own mindset. And Ellie thought she was doing everything right. And she didn't get nothing she wanted. She killed all them people literally for nothing. She let Abby go. She had her right there dead. And it's just like, Lev was literally the reason, she's still alive. Lev did tell Abby to chill, don't kill Dina. Let him go. What I'm saying? Abby did let him go twice. Like, damn. Like, what I'm saying? She let you live twice, bro. And it's kind of like, you have to, I know that urge was in her, like, damn, man, I gotta get this motherfucker. But shit, I'm 0-2. You know what I'm saying? I'm 0-2. And Dina was like, I'm not trying to think about if you're gonna die or not. And Ellie was like, I'm not gonna die. And she's like, how do you know that? It's like she had so much tunnel vision on Abby, nothing else mattered. Even when she was talking with Jesse, bro. When Jesse was like, hey, I think Tommy's over here. Oh, nah, I'm gonna go get Abby. Like, it was just tunnel vision. And her thinking like that got her caught up, bro. Like, now she has nothing. It's really, like, when you sit back and think about the story, even though it could have been told better, it's actually fucked up. It's fucked up, man. Because it's a cycle of violence that's never going to end. And I think that's why she ended up letting Abby go, because she's like, damn, who's to say somebody don't come after me? We don't know who's left. Even though Abby's lost everybody too. Either death, the wolves definitely not fucking with her no more. But my whole thing is, like, with the Rattlers and all that shit was just, it just seemed kind of out of place, man. I didn't really get how they was implemented in this game. And again, I feel like they just throwing shit in this game because there's no multiplayer. So we got to make this game as long as possible so people can feel like they got their bang for their buck. And that's like the main issue I actually have with this game. But overall, man, like I said, I give it like a 7.58. It's definitely not a 10 out of 10, though. I'll tell you that. It's just, I can't say this game is a 10 out of 10, just for the simple fact that it's just, the story and the pacing is not the storytelling and the pacing is just not that good. But overall, man, I did enjoy it. I was glad it was over. Shout out to the Rat King. Probably the most stressful point in this game for me. It was so dark in that damn hospital. You couldn't see nothing. But yeah, man, I definitely had fun with it. Probably will play it again. 9.5 out of 10. You smoking, bro. You smoking. This is like a 7.58 for me. But overall, I did enjoy it. And maybe, PS5 come out, man. I'll probably run through it again. I just don't have no urge to play the game no more. And I know Ghost is coming out too. But before I get out of here, man, I just want to say shout out to everybody that was here, bro. Definitely, your boy is back. Definitely going to be talking about a lot of shit, man. It's so much stuff going on right now within the FGC alone, bro. Oh, my God. It's crazy out here. Definitely got the new consoles coming up, man. Xbox. Thing is the week of the 20th or whatever, so we're definitely gonna be doing that, man. I'm definitely gonna figure out this Discord shit so I can get my man Dre in here. Definitely gonna bring different people on too, man. Just kind of expand on everything. It's a good time right now for streaming, man. And but yeah, Last of Us 2, bro. Sheesh. It was a ride though. I will give it that, man. It was emotionally, it was a ride. It was a ride. And Ellie is literally never gonna be the same physically or mentally. She's fucked up for life. It's gotta keep it a buck. And that's why I think I like her character, man. It didn't end on the high note, you know. Most games end on the high note. And I'm glad this one did it. You know, it's kind of like, you know what? Damn, life sucks sometimes, bro. That's kind of like the moral of the story, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the moral of the story, bro. Like, life sucks sometimes, and there's nothing you can do. No matter if you feel like you do everything right, even though it may not be right in the eyes of others, you could do everything right and still get fucked. And that's exactly what happened to Ellie, man. So, it sucks, man. I feel bad for Ellie, bro. I actually do, you know. But she will have to figure it out on her own, man. Maybe we'll see The Last of Us at the end of the PS5 cycle. I don't know, bro. But they definitely will have to work out some kinks. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, man. I hope you guys make sure you share this out, bro. I'm definitely back. And I'll get at you guys next time, man. You guys take it easy. I'm out. Peace.